Welcome back to another episode of the Caffeinated Weebs Podcast, and thank God we're at the end of Beyblade Metal Fusion. What episode are we on? I think we're on 35 now?
Yes. I think so, yeah.
And Jesus, we're on 35 episodes. Damn.
30.
Once again, like I said, it is the end of Beyblade. Thank God.
You say 35.
I'm one of your hosts.
I say episode
Yes.
2 of Sean dying slowly on the inside.
I'm one of your hosts, Shawnee095. Like he just said, I am dead after this shit.
I'm DanbyyTV.
I'm Psychometryyy.
I'm SashasStreams.
I'm Zombie Joe.
And who wants to say something about this shit show of a show?
So I'd like to make the weekly reminder that all of this for fucking Beyblades, all of this dumb shit.
Like, damn, at least Bakugan gave us a whole ass show before they went to space. What the fuck is going on here?
It's just like, yeah, let's just do all of this super expensive, stupid shit. Let's build fucking little tiny helicopters to yeet Beyblades out.
Yes, that killed me. I saw it, I was like, what? We have little like Apache helicopters with little Beyblade rotors that just like, yeah, we're gonna launch Beyblades off this. That's how we're gonna attack our enemy. Beyblade.
That's fucking reasonable. And okay, so suppose the person doesn't, that shows up there is like, some kind of law enforcement. Oh, it's a children's toy. I only have this gun.
No, man, you're gonna get that poor kid censorship the minute he pulls it out. It's just gonna disappear on him. He's just holding a finger.
Finger gun.
Can I also get can I also say it's so much more refined eating a pizza with a fucking knife. And the fucking orange juice.
Doji Kratz.
That's right. He wasn't here last week. Or not last week, but the week before when we actually did part 2. So yeah, he's getting all that out of his system.
I'm sorry. It's just no. That's in this last set.
I could have sworn the whole pizza thing was from the last.
It was
set.
in the last.
It was in the last it was in the second to last episode, I think.
No, it shouldn't be. Second to last episode was him just.
No.
It was the whole Ryu, whatever his name, fight. I don't care.
No, he was in a different outfit.
It was in episode 10.
Yeah.
Remember, because I watched 9, it was in 10. You guys discussed it, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch that with 14. Yeah. I'll watch 10 to 14 rather than 11 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
So which is more egregious, Sasha? Him eating pizza with a knife and fork or Beyblade helicopters?
Yes.
Just yes.
Or
I agree.
Or you cannot make me choose because both are equally fucking spastic. Both come from that same spastic individual that thinks all of this is okay because of a fucking Beyblade.
Dude, he makes cartoon villains look like fucking realistic villains by comparison.
Don't forget the Sam
this
turrets.
tomato sauce is perfectly complemented by this orange juice.
Don't
Dr.
forget
Eggman
this.
Robotnik look normal.
Don't forget.
What you guys are talking about? I had orange juice and pizza over the weekend. I ate it with a fork and knife.
I'd kill you.
That shit slaps.
Fuck off.
Reports coming in that zombie_jaw was murdered by fellow co-host SashasStreams.
Just, this is where we're at. Like, Beyblade helicopters.
And it,
I don't know.
I just
I
don't know
thoroughly
how
enjoy
else.
burning the roof of my mouth with pizza by just, using my hand to hold it and not a knife and fork.
You see, fork and knife, I don't burn my hand. I'll burn my mouth.
Fuck off.
It won't burn my hand. That's the beauty of it. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you know? You got ice cold orange juice to cool the burn.
Yeah, and, all the toppings just fall off. It's all good.
I think the real problem is reading ahead in some of the plot synopses. This is the most normal the show gets. Because it only just keeps getting more and more ridiculous from here.
Are you fucking getting...
Oh, it really does. It
Okay,
really
well,
does.
Okay,
know
I
the stupid
can I
shit
go
with
out?
his dad.
Can I please go out on a limb real quick and just say we are not doing any more like game animes?
No. We're not
No,
doing any
no.
Saturday morning or after school special
Yeah.
fucking.
And we can get into the retrospective of why, the
That
whole...
includes
Yeah,
Witches
we'll
and
get
Vine
into that later, but
Okay, I'll fight you on that in instances of Yu-Gi-Oh and shit, because that actually has some level of class in it.
I'll add on top of that and say if we do Bakugan, I'm okay with that one.
I'd be
So
willing to
this,
do that. but
so
definitely
everything
not
we just
this.
said is just out the fucking window.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Well,
still-
this
Everything else-
exception and
everything
this
else will go
exception
fuck
and this
itself.
exception.
Well, no,
Eh?
because so there's a ton. Like, what was it? Fucking. I talked about it the other week. Duel
Beast Wars?
Monsters. Duel Masters or some
Yeah,
shit.
Duel Masters.
Yeah, that shit like that. Like, as much as I fondly remember that, I'm sure if we went back and watched that now, it would be absolute garbo. So,
I'm pretty
stuff
sure
like
this
that,
was
I'd-
edited for kids, but we'll probably hit. Well, never mind. Let's get into the side tangent. Never mind. Moving on.
What?
I was gonna say something else. There was one that was kind of like an after school thing, but it's like I feel like wouldn't fall in this category. Monster Rancher.
No, Monster Rancher based off a game, so I guess that's kind of like an
Well,
actual video game thing.
Yeah, I was going to say that was actually like. Well, I mean, first of all,
I
the
never
succubus.
watched it.
I mean, I wouldn't think that was directed towards kids. If you ask me. If she's walking and running around with a fucking.
Listen, no,
Okay,
man.
but here's
Kids
the
awaken
thing,
something.
Digimon.
They learn new things that day.
Now we know why there's so many kids that would.
Stop that.
That one TikTok, like I feel like if men summon a demon, they try to fuck it, or they would try to summon a demon just to fuck it. That's where that stems from. That's where that stems from.
Okay, but-
everybody was in the Monster Ranch.
See, that one's bad, but again, Digimon was fucking around
Yeah.
for a long time.
Angelwoman.
Yeah, skating that edge, getting fucking skimpier with every evolution.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. You got Yu-Gi-Oh with was it? Oh, what's her
My
name?
Valentine.
No. It was like the Dark Magician
Oh,
Girl or
yeah.
something like that.
Oh, Dark
Indeed.
Magician Girl, yeah, she's been, that's...
Iconic.
don't you
Use the
talk shit
hell,
about
like-
my Dark Magician girl.
Well, she has an
See what I'm
entire,
saying?
deck line now, and yeah, it's...
She's everywhere, dude. That's because she sells, dude.
yeah, she does. Her deck is fucking bullshit, too.
Gotta say, the fan art
Anyways.
slaps, though.
What? Anything to stop talking about Beyblade, you know?
But I'll say, I was trying to actually think of a show that would fit under
All
our
right,
category of
so-
do not watch, but then I was just like, man, wait a minute. How many children's game shows did I watch as a kid? I can't think of anything.
There were quite a few of them.
So real quick, I do want to say one of Doji's wonderful lines that I completely agree that fits into what I am going to do with this anime once we're done with it. So tomorrow must be trash day because I'm going to throw you out with the rest of the garbage.
Oh, God.
All right. Wait. I gotta ask you, how long you been sitting on that line?
I've been selling it for a fat minute.
He was sitting there, he was like waiting for his
Like,
turn.
I feel like as soon as it was said, he was like, "I'm gonna say that later."
It's like, this is going to be the perfect topic transition. Here we go.
Oh yeah, no, I've been sitting on this one for a minute. Yeah.
It's rough. So actually, I even bumped it up to 1.75 speed
Oh,
this time around.
just get this shit out of the way as fast as possible.
Yeah. Because, oh, dude, you guys have watched it, but those fucking pauses in the line delivery, it kills me every time. like, and then they just do like the laughing shit, like the random laugh track from multiple of the characters. Pain.
Yeah, and the feeling when you feel like the editing was a bit inept.
Yes, like, yeah, no, this line totally needed to be here. Just fucking ADR it, right?
It's like,
I don't know. Like, again, I feel like most of this show's issues stems from the dub. I'm sure it's
Fair.
not
I'll give you
quite
that.
as good as in Japanese,
I will totally
so-
give you that.
but you know,
Well, I'll say I don't think line delivery will help the animation.
Okay, but the animation is bad. But if you think about it, as much love
really?
as I have for Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh's original animation was shit.
oh yeah,
It was not that great.
I'm gonna be honest. My love for Yu-Gi-Oh now really just stems from the abridged.
Yeah, fucking little Kriva. But I mean, bad animation can be excused if it's backed up by a decent story or a decent cast. We have neither of those here.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Right now, we
God.
have Jingo Boy, Mr. Bullman. I can't even remember the fucking kids.
you following me?
but
Yeah, you following me. We also have her. Not Atkinson keeps showing up too. Which, why? I thought we were done with him.
Are you talking about the crab boy?
Yeah, not Atkinson.
Crabby.
Crabby.
Oh my god, dude, that dude annoyed the piss on me.
Yeah, and
And
he's
bull
still
bull
in the
bull bull bull
fucking
bull
show.
bull 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 bull
Yeah.
bull 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 doesn't
Bull.
annoy
I'm
you.
drop a
No,
quick
he's the-
real
Yeah, it's-
spoiler real quick.
He's the best one.
I have a slight stutter, so I'm used to it.
I'm gonna drop a spoiler real quick. You better get used to that crab boy. He never goes away.
Oh god.
Not
it's-
once. They,
For
That's
all
surprising.
4
you think
seasons.
they're finally
Oh,
done
you
with him, but
fucking-
they always pull him back out of somewhere.
Oh, dude, like, okay, if you
Let
would've-
that sink in. 4 seasons.
I don't even want to think about that. I don't even know.
Well,
what the
it's a good thing we're covering
implications of that.
season 2 next week.
Hey, you can go fuck yourself.
So if they would have made him like a redeemable okay character that wasn't saying fucking crab 24/7, then it wouldn't be so bad.
I'm
Which,
sorry,
again,
that was cringy as hell too. Like, it's like, dude, come on. Even the line delivery was horrible on those jokes.
Yeah, and I think that lends itself more to translation versus localization, which are two very different things.
Mm-hmm.
When you translate something, very much can get lost in that, which is why we localize things. But this was not properly localized.
What anime was it that you guys said they tried to include like English and it didn't work? Like, it was like dubbed in English and they tried to include English and it didn't work.
What?
There was one anime that somebody mentioned, like they were like referring to Oni-chan and things in English, and it didn't
Oh,
work.
It's
right.
gonna be a
God.
lot.
Oh, that sounds
There's a
fucked.
quite handful.
That sounds fucked.
You need to be a bit more specific.
That sounds defeated. Are you okay, Sean?
Are you sure you're
You
talking to
saw
us about that one? Like,
Yes, this was actually something we covered in a previous episode.
really?
Yes. One of you mentioned it too, and I forgot who.
But yeah, it's in this instance, this anime absolutely needs to be localized rather than just fucking translated, which is what they just did. And it's bad because of it. Like, that shit may work in Japanese, like, you know, because it's a very different language and they have different rules, and you know, puns and shit are a little more integrated into, you know, their language. Whereas in English, it's just kind of heavy-handed shit. But what we're getting now is just not good. It's, you feel me? Constant shit like that.
I mean, that's
Like,
just
nobody who speaks English, like even non-natively, does that shit.
I mean, that's
For the most part.
I mean, that's just the problem we're gonna find with.
I have never
all
met
of
anyone
these
who
cartoons.
continues to say crabby or continues to say bull, bull,
Yeah.
bull.
You're muted, Psycho. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, no, I just think that's the main problem you're gonna find with, all these Japanese translated cartoons brought over to the West from that time, just because that was the most cost-effective way to produce these shows, and it was. I'm sure if we took a look at some nowadays, it'd be much better dubbed, much better writing work done for it to be localized.
That makes sense. That was kind of the whole.
Oh, like
real-
basically just using it as filler words.
Well, not even just that. Back then, anime was still a fairly niche thing.
Yeah.
So getting you can either pay for somebody who knows what they're doing and can properly localize something, or you can pay some Joe Schmo fuck to translate it. Which would be, a lot cheaper and easier on you. But nowadays, people are so ingrained and it's such a big kind of industry. It's not that expensive and people have more wide knowledge. And shit's easier to find on the internet than it was back in 2008. Or what was this, 2007? 2006?
2004. We can keep dialing back.
I have no clue. But yeah, around that time frame, trying to look up some anime in 2000, you'd be hard pressed to even fucking find it usually. Unless you were in a Japanese IP range.
Or
Yeah.
you had all the different download things that were available at the time. Like that was when peer-to-peer was really, really big.
That's fair. Yeah, Yarhar Fiddly D.
Okay, let's get back on topic, but I want to ask a question. Did they cover why the hell Doji was, helping this kid out?
I
For
believe it's
battle bladers.
So I believe it's from the previous show. Because, oh god, this is gonna get fucking stupid. But I got mildly curious, right?
Right.
So I was like, I don't remember this fucking character showing up. What was her name? The chick with the blue hair.
Hikaru.
She was yes.
Yeah, it just shows up out of nowhere and
Right.
just disappears multiple times. And it's just okay, I'm confused. What the fuck is up with her? So I looked at the page, right? The whatever Wikipedia or whatever for the fan.
I think I
page
know where
shit
this is
they
going.
have usually. And so apparently there are multiple series, and each of them are interconnected with the story. Apparently, that one ends up working for Jingo Boy's dad. So there's some other backstory shit. You can even hear him when they're in the middle of the battle, and he's pissing on his dad. He's like, "You fucking stop it!" So it seems to me that this is a continuation from another series, and that this in turn is is the start of the next series.
Well, so
Shit like
that's
that.
the issue I have here. Is supposedly Metal Fusion is the and I looked this up on the Wikipedia page. It's the first series, but then they have expected. Well, I don't know if it's the first in Beyblade as a whole, right? Whatever work they put out, but I know the Metal Saga, as they call it, this is the first. So it bothers me in the fact that you'd have to have in-depth knowledge of the lore based on stuff that happened beforehand, before the show even came out, and before it was even announced. You'd have to have known all this beforehand.
There's probably a manga on it or some shit.
Might be the case, yeah.
Graphic novel serialization, but either way, expect things. It's not super egregious stuff. It's usually stuff that you can pick up by like context clues, but even so, just throwing your viewer into the deep end and just expecting them to, just stay along for the ride in your roller coaster of shit that, by all means, none of this shit makes sense.
Well, going back to your point on the fact that you could pick it up with context clues, I bring up the point with Hikaru, and, us not knowing what the hell she was doing there. You even said that it required in-depth research to find out, what was going on with her deal.
Yeah, no, and you shouldn't have to do research to watch a fucking children's cartoon.
Yeah,
well,
I don't get it.
Well, the creators knew what age group this was for, and they knew the kids probably would not care.
That's fair.
Sure.
There is an element of us ripping into a children's cartoon. That is
this
valid.
becomes a point of contention with its adaptation, because the Yu-Gi-Oh adaptation was fine. It had the proper setup, explanations for backstories and whatnot. This one was more of a case of the fact that they intentionally had to choose to leave stuff on the cutting floor, maybe because it wasn't worth explaining, or maybe because this was something to say, oh, we could bring it up in a later season as a surprise reveal or whatever. But it was just having stuff happen for the sake of happening without reason that it really fell flat.
And there is definitely something to be said about that too, because even if it is a child's cartoon, just because it's a child's cartoon doesn't necessarily mean we should lower our standards to, why is this stupid shit going on? Like, just because it's a children's thing doesn't mean it can't have, like, a decent, cohesive story.
Yeah.
I agree with Sasha.
Like, because even if as a kid, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Because I always definitely, as much as I bring it up, it's like, especially with the fact that I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh!, I always praise Bakugan as like a gold standard, because what they did was they first showed us the game, had a little bit of strange stuff going on, but they always had sufficient time to kind of just dip your toes into the weird shit that was happening before, they go to the deep end. This one just went straight into the deep end and said, fucking deal with
it. Well, also, I think that one had a slower burn, didn't it? Because it had
very much so.
20 episodes.
Because they were, like I said, they first had to set up the game, so of course they had that and tournament arcs for that alone before they got into talking about powers and training and stuff, and then they got to the world-ending threat and whatnot.
Which I think is better than just being like, oh yeah, no, there's just this fucking
The
Beyblade
Forbidden Blade.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean when I agree with Sasha, is that even though it was a slow burn, I still had preferred it because it gave you enough time to learn about the world, get the necessary context, and to not make everything seem so hand-wavy with shit that was going on.
Yeah, nothing really seemed to have any
Like,
consequence.
to this episode. Why can you control Beyblades with your minds, right? That's still something, I still have to say every time I see some weird shit, it's just, space magic.
I was going to do more research.
Let it rip.
Slipped my mind. Because I remember bringing up, like, that it might have been like one of those pieces that they were talking about that make up a Beyblade, but honestly, like, fuck this. Because at that point, why, who's hooked up to these fucking $1.5 million helicopter Beyblades? Like, no, it just, apparently each of them is just stupid fucking, has a mind of its own.
There's a spirit inside of it. And then you also need to have your blader spirit to unlock the power within your bay.
Well, once again, as Sathu said in the chat, it goes back to the fact that this is still the first series in the Metal Saga. So we don't know this. People say, in the OG series, as if, like, that's the necessary explanation. That's something you should already know. But if you were an anime-only watcher, you wouldn't know this. There was no way in hell you would have gone into this being like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, there were other Beyblade series before.
Were there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was just regular Beyblade that I think it came out in early 2000s.
No.
And I think there's one other series, but I don't think that they intertwine. I may be wrong.
I always make it the case where it's like, always do, especially if it's like a sequel series, you still want to do like a brief recap on how shit works, especially if people are stepping into it as a first-time viewer. You gotta treat it like people who step into sequel series. You know, you need to strike that balance of the fact that there are people who are going to be watching this one as their first and not know what's going on, and then to tell them to have to go back to watch the originals is rather discouraging. Because, you know, for whatever reason, maybe they can't access it, maybe they don't know where to find it anymore, because especially in the days of TV airing, if they stopped airing a series, you were done for. So
maybe they don't want to watch like fucking 2 seasons of Beyblade.
I know, I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, honestly.
So it's like,
God,
you know,
this shit's fucking hell.
So it's like, yes, there was an OG series, but they should have taken a little bit of time to go over that this shit has happened.
3 seasons and a movie. Jesus Christ.
3 seasons movie. Hey, you want to watch? You want to sit down for the movie, Sean?
No,
Fuck off.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I won't be there that week.
You're gonna be here.
Yeah.
I won't be there.
guess-
We'll put it
okay,
off till you
so
get back.
there's something. There's something
Wait a
to be
minute.
said
Wait a minute.
about,
Whoa. Dan's saying he's not gonna be there. Dude, this is your decision. This is
No,
this is all
I'm
you're
saying
doing.
I won't be there.
Well, Dan
no,
also just
Dan
said
was
he
saying, no, fuck that. Dan, no, never mind. I'm mistaken. Dan, no, that's right. You were saying, let's do it.
okay.
All right, well, my mistake. Sorry, I was sneezing.
Damn.
Josh was just kind of cut out, and then also he heard like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a movie." Wait, what? No.
Before we get back into the talk about the plot, I was a bit curious. Dan, how do you feel about the fact that we pretty much just shred this thing apart and then took a big old dump all over it at this
Nah,
point?
I agree with it. It's fun. This shit is cringe.
This is
That's
not
all
what
I
you
have to say.
remembered it to be.
It is not, honestly. Like at right now where we're at, this is not what I remember.
No, you went into this thinking this was going to be a big old nostalgia fest. All of its friends were going to love it. And it was just like, oh no.
oh no.
I feel
No, he's not wrong. We are loving it, loving to bash it.
Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
I feel like
I'm
Shit out of it.
hating every
I
second
mean,
of
we're
this.
having a good time, and that's what matters.
I feel like if I
I
chose
am not.
I feel like if I chose Bakugan,
Bro,
it wouldn't have been as bad
No.
Oh,
No.
definitely not.
as
Although
no.
it would have been way longer because there's like what?
Wait, now who said it?
Since
It
the
was
first
it was
season.
Sasha that said it was like Bakugan made him irrationally angry though, right?
What?
Or was it Josh? Was
No,
that the
no,
Josh or
there's
Sasha?
something that
I've
makes
never
me
seen
rationally
Bakugan.
angry.
Okay, so it was Sasha because we were talking
don't think it
about
was
the character
Bakugan,
designs
was it?
and we got into like
Uh,
Madoka and like Runo, and you were like, "Oh, that shit makes me."
Oh, that's right.
There it is. So I was like, "No, it would have been way
right.
worse." Especially because he was pointing out Madoka for character design. I was like, "No, she ain't that bad."
character
If
design's
this makes you mad,
Fuck,
Runo's gonna.
bro.
dude, actually,
Yeah,
if
like,
that
why
makes him
do you
mad,
do this to a child.
all right. If that makes you mad, then how about we look at Digimon Tamers? That's the one where the people turn into Digimon.
Oh God, that's right.
So they inspired an entire.
And you
generation
want
of
to talk
furries?
about the sexualization of characters?
Oh God, yeah. Well, okay, but to
The
be
girl who
fair,
turns into the angel woman, basically,
yeah,
and
that
like
one's bad.
half her clothes
But
are
at
gone.
least-
Yeah.
At least she's not in that form when when she's in that kind of fucking outfit. Like, if you look at what was her name again? I'm sorry, one with the white hair.
White hair. What are we talking about?
Bakugan.
Julie,
hell if
That one.
the tan one.
Like, why do you do that to your canonically fucking 13, 14 characters?
That's
The
the
Genki
question.
one.
What did you say?
I'm sorry. I saw the opportunity.
that's a clip.
Oh, nobody clipped that. Delete the VOD.
What the fuck did I say?
We need it for YouTube.
No. If I'm editing, it's coming out.
Oh, don't worry.
This is
have
my
the
episode. This
unedited
one's my
audio.
episode.
No. Alright.
Ugh.
But yeah, no, it was the character designs
No,
definitely
okay.
represented a we stopped caring at this point kind of era.
Well, not only that, they're just shite fucking character designs too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They're okay. Alice was nice.
Okay, but if I took like a picture of that character, threw them in a like
To them in an SJW convention.
like main protagonist mass picture, would you be able to honestly pick those main characters out of it? Any of them?
Oh, Dan was hella forgettable, especially for a main character. Like, he barely stood out other than the fact that they just dressed him in all red to be like, this
Literally
is the
all
one.
red, yes.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Like, what
No,
the
and
fuck?
it's like all of them are just shitty generic character design.
By that by that age and standard, yes.
There's actually
But I mean, to be fair,
there's a 2020 version of Bakugan.
Like a
To be
reboot
fair,
or
as far
like
as I understand.
like continuation.
I'm
Because
assuming so.
Because I know there are a lot of continuations. What was it, like Gundalian Defenders or whatever it was? That's the last one I remember. Gundalian Invaders, that was the one. Fucking race of Gundalians.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Tamers was not the one where they turned into Digimon. That was Frontier. Either way, still Frontier. Then, yeah, no.
So yeah, back to Beyblade.
Yeah, back to Beyblade.
Yes, back to
Let's
Beyblade.
get back on topic.
We actually need to talk about the episodes and everything.
Since we
Yeah,
have,
the-
like,
Since we
what?
haven't done that for the 10,
Oh, gosh,
we have about
right.
20 minutes left and we haven't talked about
I
anything.
feel like that's a good
No, we
time
have
to
like
talk about the
36,
final
30.
battle.
not much happens. Yeah,
I don't know.
so
We can talk about how, God, I forgot the character's name already.
I don't
Main
remember
character.
what the main antagonist's name is at this point.
Jingo.
Jenga, yeah.
Oh, we're
and
talking
how he
about
gets all
Jenga?
pissy. Yeah, how he got all pissy whenever the bad guy, whatever the hell his name is, even though I just watched it last night.
Doji.
No, not
No,
Doji. I don't give a
the
fuck
little
about
white-haired
Doji.
Kid. It's all like I
The one
defeated
with
your father.
Lightning El Drago.
Yeah.
Oh,
El
you're talking
Dragon.
about the. Oh, you're going straight to the fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
okay.
Doji. Who gives a fuck about him?
I already talked about what I want to talk about with
Yeah.
Doji was his shitty joke.
Not even just that, like this stupid fucking castle of bullshit where they have a giant like fucking hallway-sized
Nah, I'm
Beyblade.
Yes.
still done
You
with,
wanna talk
I'm
about-
done with Doji's shit. I've seen what I've seen. I've come to expect what to expect.
Oh wait. Actually, no. I do need to talk about one thing about what happened during that. Madoka's like digital Beyblade battle. that
Bay
she
battle.
had.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Madoka.
Her hacking
Hacking the
digital Beyblade battle.
Hacking with them.
What?
The one time you see
Like
her battle.
what?
Dude, that's how hacking
Yeah,
works
it's
in
like-
that
it's-
universe.
I was about to say, is that how they fucking designed hacking to work? Okay, so at that point, this insinuates that Beyblade is the only thing that matters, like international level sport. Like
Beyblade is life.
Bro.
There.
enough to build a fucking castle with Beyblade themed obstacles.
Beyblade cybersecurity.
Real quick question. We already don't trust Norton Security. If Norton Security was a Beyblade, would it just be the shittiest Beyblade of all time?
Yes. It would be the shittiest, like just fucking what is it? Stamina one. Just
It'd be-
not doing anything useful.
What is it? What is the
Norton,
kid's
let it
name?
rip.
Not Kiyoya, but
Kenta.
whatever the Kenta. Yeah, it'd be a shitty little Sagittario.
Hey, Sagittarius apparently becomes super awesome later on. Don't shit
I don't
on
give a fuck about
Sagittarius.
later. I'm talking about right now,
Even
Sagittario.
then, he's still okay.
Also, that kid is basically just a fucking blur 90% of the anime until the plot decides, oh, that's right, we need something to push this along.
I mean, I can't help it with the fact that he's like literally 2 feet tall.
Isn't he just the filler arc at this point? Every time they're like, we
honestly,
don't,
this entire season is the fucking filler arc.
Like, come on, I just want to get into the main story.
He gets a whole training arc.
Because okay, let's be honest here with ourselves. Did anything of import happen this entire fucking season? Did anyone learn anything? Did anything change?
Nope.
I learned about
Well, let's say
10
in
different
the
ways on
universe,
how
because
to,
in the show, we learned a lot.
die in game after watching this.
No, like yeah, no, I'm talking about like in universe. Did any of these characters learn anything? Fucking gain anything from this? This entire season was just to work up to that piece of shit getting the fucking forbidden
Bad
baby.
guys win. Bad guys win.
Literally only
Which,
the
like-
fact that Kenta, Benkei, and Kyoya all got a power up in universe. Like, literally nothing happened.
And
Jinka's
they
still
all
lost,
became
so you know
friends.
he still has to go chase the bad
Oh.
guy.
Jinga got like a brand new move and everything while fighting Kyoya. It never even used it in the last battle.
I know, right?
So it was just
Yeah,
complete
and-
useless like part to add.
You don't see any of them accomplish anything of worth this entire fucking season. So honestly, okay, with how this season drops you off, expecting you to already know shit, you could just drop into season 2 and you'd probably, miss next to nothing.
Well, unfortunately, I remember like what's gonna happen at the start of season 2 is like Jinga's gonna go and leave and go on a whole little like training thing
And then his friends
to
chase
go
after him.
find himself again. Yeah, basically. And I can give two shits about it, honestly.
No, what he does is
Like-
he goes back to his village specifically, so we learn more about the whole
Yeah.
Characters
Jinga
learn,
backstory. and
What do you
whatnot.
do? And
and none of them grow. So
can
well, okay.
we talk about the length of the special moves names?
Oh, it's bad.
Soaring Emperor Lightning Bite Strike or some shit like that. I'm like, can you just like say like maybe 2 words at most, 3 words?
Go dragon.
Not like a
Again.
full on sentence for your
Okay.
special move.
But again, I feel like that's more of like translation problem.
You don't see their mouth move, so like why?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They get longer. Oh great.
No.
These
No,
are straight
in
isekai
Japanese-
like anime names right here.
No, okay, I'm saying in the original Japanese, they're not like a fucking sentence and a half long. Is what I'm saying. There may be like 4 syllables or 5.
Yeah, because the kanji characters are actually like, quick, and they
It's
mean
basically
more.
just syllables. So
Yeah.
it's not as bad when it's in Japanese, but when it's in English, yes, I can definitely see how that's bad because they're basically taking each kanji and fucking translating it.
I already felt these movesets were already long enough with them having to go like with Kenta going like go Sagittarial at first every time before saying the move.
Yes.
You know what really
And then
gets
it
me and
longer.
like annoys the hell out of me? How they constantly yell their Beyblade's name like Pegasus. Like it,
Dude, it's literally just Jenga's annoying ass voice that
That
pisses
too.
me off.
that too. Everybody has an annoying voice in this anime.
He has such a whiny voice.
He does.
Literally, the only 2 voices I don't mind, and this is a stretch, is Madoka, because the thing that pisses me off about her is the "Are you feeling me?" But everything else is fine. And Kyoya.
Yeah.
I have nothing
Yeah,
wrong with Kyoya's voice.
Yeah. Kyoya's voice
I
is fine.
couldn't tell because I was in 1.5 speed. So pretty much everybody was... Yeah, it was just pretty much fucking gone. I was like, yeah, all right. Which actually, if any of you poor people out there are actually going to subject yourself to this for any reason, I highly recommend you watching it at least 1.5 speed.
I'm sorry, Sathu, because I feel like you actually
What he's
like,
saying
really
is you'll
enjoy
get
this.
more out of this if you experience this the same way a deaf person would watch it.
Fuck.
Well, not even just that, but like the fucking awful pauses in dialogue and shit, and just the cringy dialogue in general goes by a lot quicker and doesn't like overstay its welcome as long as it normally would. Because holy shit, if I had to watch 24 minutes of that unabated, just normal speed, I think I might game end myself.
In game.
In Beyblade.
In Beyblade match.
In the stadium, back in the ring.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's rough. Beyblade dub voices. Beyblade, nothing else. Yep, that.
Because they couldn't accomplish anything else.
Okay, no. To be fair, okay, there is a difference between things being delivered badly and things being directed badly. Because I will say, some of those people, like you said, Kyoya is not bad. The voice actor for Benkei, if he would have,
not said bull 100 times.
Yeah, he would have been a fine voice actor. But if you're like Jenga and fucking
Ryoji or whatever his name is, he has an annoying ass voice as well. Oh my god.
Like, there's different people, and if motherfucker not Atkinson was not saying Krabby all the time, he wouldn't be bad either. But by and large, this is both the director and localization team's issue. Some of the voice actors are bad, but for the most part, it's passable. Passable for a children's cartoon, at least.
If you say so.
I guess with that said, I feel like we can get into our retrospectives.
Well, I think it's safe to say after this, we're going to review Coco Melon next week.
The fuck is that?
Honestly,
Another
what the
kid
fuck
show?
is that?
It sounds weird.
It's
what would that be about?
It's a joke. It's like what this show. My nephew watches it. It reuses the shark song, Baby Shark.
No,
you can go fuck yourself.
Scrub your legs, do. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. It was honestly, the joke missed the mark because you guys didn't even know what the fuck I was talking about. I was trying to say next week we're gonna review another baby show.
Another baby show. He's treating
Okay,
this.
I do want to say this, as the only person who has kids here. Did you really think we were gonna know what this was?
Seeing how Baby Shark is fucking everywhere. Yeah, I did.
Define everywhere. It has not graced my ears in a very long time.
I avoid that shit.
So fuck you, Josh.
That's a very bold assumption.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a shit.
Get out of here with that whack shit.
Damn, everywhere for Josh, maybe.
All right. So, anyways, yes, back to Beyblade.
Retrospectives.
Fuck Blade.
Well, we can talk about the shitty backstory of Jenga real quick, because I don't know, I just didn't care for it. And no, all right. How many times does the dad need to say, Jenga, Jenga, Jenga? They're still in the bay, Jenga.
Maybe his dad has awful memory, and if he stopped saying
Wait,
it, he'd forget
what?
his son's name.
Oh, that's right. That's
Like-
back. Okay.
Like, he was saying, they're going after the bay, Jenga. Why does he need to know? Like, he doesn't know. This is your job. This is your thing.
I don't fucking
No,
know, actually.
no, my young child has to do it because I can't.
Jenga, they're taking the Beyblade. Jenga.
Maybe his dad knew early on this was his destiny.
And when he's like,
fade
"Well,
to
my
dab.
dad is the best fucking Beyblader in the world," it's like, okay, so if that is true,
Well, he's
then
fucking
he's
dead.
expecting you. No,
No, he's not. He comes back
Listen,
later.
he said he's the best blader in the world. Didn't say he was the best father in the world.
well, no, okay, but in that point, it's like, okay, so if he's the best blader in the world, then why in the fuck are you here?
Right?
You need experience,
Obviously, you
Jingo.
can't
You need
you
to see
can't,
the world as I do.
battle Ryuji on the same level as your father because, you're shit.
Yeah, no, it's just like, yeah, no, he beat your dad's ass. Yeah, so you're gonna have a much better chance, right?
Father! Father! Father!
His dad's also got a
God.
fucking jank ass design, might I add.
They look the exact fucking
I mean, he's
same.
just yeah.
Yeah, they're
It's just
literally the
Jenga.
same.
No. I'm talking about his. Okay, no, that's right. You guys didn't see it. Hold on.
No,
See
It's
what?
bad.
you lack the
Really?
critical information.
It's literally just a fucking swole Jenga.
No. Wait.
Are you talking about the picture of when he comes back and has the whole like business, where he's in a suit, but still has the same shit hairstyle?
No. I'm sorry. Give me just a second. I'm trying to find it.
Podcast Googling.
It's rough. I know. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. This is taking
It's
up
super
time. We
fun.
have plenty of time left. You're good.
God, it's kind of.
You know, while he's doing that, I think I figured out the reason why I can't enjoy this, which is just a shame because I knew if someone had brought this up to me when I was even like 10 years old, I probably would have loved the shit out of this. But it's come to a point where I've recognized that all of us have become, as we do, experienced, but also become rather jaded with these kinds of shows. When a show fails in, let's say, following with a line of logic, we're quick to nitpick that. We're quick to see that, point out that it doesn't make sense. It's hard to follow along, and then add it on top
And
of
throw it right
all of
underneath
its
the
issues
bus.
that it already has with its voice acting, its outdated art style. It was bound to disappoint us, which is quite a shame, I'd have to say. Because, I don't know, I go in the mindset of, I want to go into something unexpectedly loving it. Like, with a few high hopes. Not too high hopes, but like, high enough where it was like, if it surpasses them, and it's like, I'm glad it did.
Yeah, you're not going. You go in expecting at least something, but yeah, that's what I
Oh,
mean
he brought up the image.
by a shitty
What
fucking
the
character.
hell is that? Who was that?
That's whenever he first comes back, the father.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's his Beyblader alter ego.
Oh my god. Because he doesn't want Jenga to know that he's alive for some reason.
Because bad parenting.
I just want to know how he changed his
Yes.
hair so drastically.
It's the mask. It changes the hair for him.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I lacked the
Also
critical
probably a thing.
information.
That is also definitely something to say about this anime, though. We were lacking a lot of critical information that
Well-
probably should have been given to us.
That's
To be fair, you get the information as you go. And
some of
like,
it.
because I mean,
Some of it.
well,
Not all of it. Some of it.
I believe this is like the first of the whole metal whatever bullshit you were
the Metal
saying.
Saga.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not gonna get like all the information right at the beginning. They're gonna give it to you over time. But still,
Oh,
either
yeah.
way, shit.
Well, it's too long in my opinion, and therefore I'll say some of it because
Well,
by the time you reach like the second season, what the fuck have you remembered from the first?
Honestly.
Dude.
The entire first season is just kind of a fucking blur of shit.
I remember being in high school, and this was playing in the morning, and getting ready for school in the morning. I'm just like, there's nothing else on right now,
Might as well.
and I hated myself watching. I hate that I watched this. I actually watched the entirety of the show back in high school.
Did you enjoy it?
No,
Oh.
but I still watched it. I hated that I watched it, but I still sat there and watched
Wait,
it.
there was nothing else you could put on at the time, or
It was like 6 or 7 in the morning. There's not a whole lot unless I want to watch the
was
news.
like
and
that
who-
or-
what?
Totally Spies
So-
somehow?
Did you have
I would have watched Totally Spies.
Would've?
Totally Spies. I actually,
Oh, hell
yes,
yeah,
that shit was
awesome.
good.
We can get into it in another episode. I'll just quickly say it was like anything like girly, like targeted towards female audience. I always immediately turned off. I couldn't watch it.
Bro, I watched like the OG Powerpuff Girls just because, like,
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
don't know, it was funny.
It was some dope shit.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's just
I
me.
don't even really think
It's
like,
just me.
that's a whole other topic in itself.
But going
It's a
back to
fetish
the
show?
retrospective, which is when you pointed out the fact that we lacked the critical information, this is what I meant by it, the fact that, yeah, at the end of the day, it was never going to be targeted towards us, because we're always that, if we lack information, if we can't follow the line of logic, it doesn't work. If this was just some bright-eyed kid that liked the visuals and was just like, I want some pump moments, it's perfect. He doesn't need the reason, he doesn't need explanation, he's just like, those Beyblades are cool, and they're making crazy gestures and shouting, moves at the top of their lungs. This is awesome.
That was young me. That's probably why
And
I liked it so much.
that was young Dan. So, what can I say? It's
Pegasus Star Blast attack.
It's like this is what I've come to the conclusion upon reflection, and I'm happy that I got to reflect on this fact, because now I know what to avoid. Like, now I know I should not spend my time trying to get into these shows again, because it's not going to work for me.
It's not worth it.
I'm 100% with you. I do not care for this. I feel the exact same way, to be honest. That's all I can really say about it. I'm just ready to go ahead and start rating if you all are.
Yup.
Like, I know we really didn't even talk about like the last 4 episodes at all, really.
No, fuck it.
We
I had no
skimmed
notes.
super, like,
I mean,
but I don't
okay.
care. I think this worked out great
I
because
can give you a real quick overview. Nothing of import fucking happens. Everyone goes to the end, to the big castle, and just fucking loses.
Thank you,
There
Sasha.
is not, like, after the entire season,
and
of
helicopters
all this
with
build-
Beyblades for the attacks.
Yeah, helicopters.
and
Beyblade helicopters.
And
Like-
Sam Turret shooting Beyblades at people.
What the?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's
Man.
right. So, in the end, like, this entire fucking season had nothing going for it. Like, nobody... Okay, so they turned 2 characters to, like, the main, group. They could have just done that the next
From
season.
the dark
This entire
side to
season
the
was fucking
light.
filler and worthless.
They should have started small, in my opinion, but they've already went ahead to like bombastic levels when they clearly had not earned it. So
Well, to be fair, they also had the series.
Are you
before
talking
this,
about
so-
Ryuji or whatever,
jumped in
Sathu?
I would have
Sathu
been happy
says
with
the white-haired guy
small
becomes a
scale battles.
terrorist.
I don't know.
He becomes a terrorist when he starts battle bladers.
Who becomes a
Well,
terrorist?
If it would have just been like
For
Oh, the
Ryuji.
white-haired guy.
where it starts off as like a fucking just normal anime and like works its way up, that's fine. But you want to start off on like, okay, so we now have things that we can just plug Beyblades into to tell you exactly what's wrong with it. Okay. Oh, we have giant like
They don't need to plug
half of the
Beyblades
city
in, it just scans
encompassing-
it.
Huh?
It just scans the Beyblade. It doesn't even have to like be plugged into anything. It just sits in the little dock and it gets scanned and like, oh yeah, it's got a hairline fracture here and you need to do this. She does it with her little like laptop and she's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, there we go. I know what's wrong with your Beyblade.
And there's also fucking Beyblade stadiums literally everywhere, even in places that there arguably, well, no, not even arguably, there absolutely should not be.
Well, don't
Like,
you remember? It's because
show
the
jump for sure.
gods were able to decide the fate with Beyblade battles, and even with the
that's
Beyblades,
fucking right.
there was the whole course of nature, and you can change the weather and all this.
I completely
Oh my
forgot that
God.
Doji goes into this whole entire fucking spiel about how like all of the most powerful rulers in history have been playing
Yes.
with fucking Beyblades.
My God, when I heard that, I
Like,
was like,
I can
was
just
like,
imagine.
okay, come
what
on.
the
I can just.
Like, at
I could-
least Yu-Gi-Oh! Built up to that shit.
Oh, I can just imagine World War II, Hitler having a Beyblade.
in his
A
hand.
giant fuck-off V2 Beyblade. Like a rocket-powered Beyblade.
I'm just saying, in that, the bunker where he offed himself in game, it's like, what was that like
They
with a
never did
Beyblade?
find the Beyblade.
He just bounced that shit off a wall and ricocheted.
Ricochet game ended both him and Eva Braun.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Yeah, no. So
Hans, get the baby.
honestly, Beyblade. So, like, honestly, I don't think there is a better way to kind of encapsulate why this show is just fucked beyond all belief and why we can't do it anymore. So I hope everybody understands.
When we add to the rules, no more kid shows, please. For the love of God.
All right, so season 2.
No.
Fuck off.
You know what?
All right,
Season 2,
so-
April 1st. There we go.
You ready for our ratings? I'm gonna give it a fat 0.
A 0 out of -10. Oh yeah.
0 out of 10.
Wow.
Is that your rating?
No,
No.
My-
I was just making a sound effect.
my rating. I don't know. I'm only giving it like a little bit higher rating than yours because of nostalgia reasons. So I'm probably gonna give it like a 2 out of 10. Like just because I played it so much as a kid and I watched the show so much. But honestly, the show was pretty shit.
Dude, I'm gonna give it like a 1. This was my very first exposure to Beyblade media, and it has not impressed me. Busy with something. I'll be there soon.
I'm gonna be the odd one here. Maybe. I'm gonna at least give it a 3. You know, there were some redeeming qualities about it. I can see, there's the bare bones of an okay show here. It just needs a lot of fucking work to get it to where it should be.
Josh, what's your rating?
So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say 0. I have no attachment to it, and watching through it has been absolutely dreadful. I have not enjoyed any bit of it. Like, I'm sorry to go that route. I don't care if it sounds harsh or not. Like, I did not enjoy it. I dreaded having to watch it. I'll be honest. I watched it last week and thought, that's good enough. I'm not watching it again. I mean, and normally I don't have that issue with watching things, but, like, this was something I was like, I will not return to this. So yeah, that's a 0 for me.
Scrub that from our YouTube
I
history.
feel like the only enjoyment most of us got out of this was just taking the piss out of this anime as much as we could.
I mean, yeah, that was.
Oh, and
that was at least
that's
fun.
the worst part.
Sean,
That's
Sean,
the worst
can-
part. Thanks for bringing that up, Sasha. Like fucking, I
Well-
keep getting recommended. Hey, Beyblade. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, go ahead and scrub your history, bud.
So we see that you watched Beyblade like once. Do you want to like enjoy everything the series has to offer? Do you want to
Yeah,
watch?
so you want to look
Beyblade,
at
like
some.
the original
Do you want
series?
to
Tournaments,
look
like
at some
real-life
people
tournaments?
actually doing some tournaments? Yeah.
Like starts giving you Beyblade recommendations like on your shopping
There are
page.
like YouTube builders that are like, this is the best way to optimize your Beyblade for battles.
Oh God,
like,
you
Honestly,
know those
thank
exist.
you for bringing that up. As of right now, if anybody's curious, there is a previously recorded Beyblade tournament on Twitch. If you really absolutely want to see, that's like,
Can't miss this.
you can watch that.
You're gonna regret missing this for the
dude.
rest of your life.
All right. So, anyways,
I kind of want to go see those Beyblade YouTubers.
Sasha,
What a creature that was.
what is the YouTube?
Caffeinated Weebs.
Thank you. Psycho, what's the Twitch?
You can watch us at twitch.tv/Caffeinated Weebs Podcast.
And when are we live? Typically,
Typically live at 11:30 CST
11:30. Because I mean, we shoot for 10, and it just
On
never happens.
Sundays
never
every week.
happens. Yes.
hopefully.
And I know, Sasha, you don't know this, but like we do try to put our episodes out on YouTube on Friday at noon CST.
Oh, it's a Friday at noon. Gosh, I was late.
I thought it was Wednesday.
You're good.
So
thought
wait,
it was
so
Sundays.
I'm doing audio in time, right? Like I'm not.
Yeah, you're doing audio in time. No. So you're good. That's for the YouTube episodes. Yeah.
Okay, so for my I gotta write down my little spiel.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that one down too, Chief. I could have sworn we had an episode that came out on Sunday, so I thought it was like the day of when we do live podcasts, just so we have it all in like
No,
one day
Fridays.
where everything comes
No,
out.
because the podcast episodes are actually released on another day. Dan, what is our Twitter?
At Weebs Podcast.
Yeah, add us, talk to us.
Damn, we ever
We need
go
more
pro,
people
we
to talk
just need
to.
to sync it all up in one day, then that'd be super efficient.
It probably would be, yeah. So, Josh, tell us about
You're
your
asking me
thing.
to fix all this audio.
What?
Tell us about the thing.
Our Reddit, our subreddit, our
Yeah.
Caffeinated Weebs.
Yeah, that
You can
thing.
Go leave a comment, start a discussion, give us recommendations.
Yeah, and talk about how late we are on our YouTube episodes and how we don't have them upload. How we don't have them posted onto it.
I know, right?
I
Really?
mean, we're all moderators, right?
I gotta start shit posting.
Bitch, I was like the last one to do it too.
Yeah, well,
Nope,
we'll
Alright.
get to updating
I
that
think
this
I
week.
still have to make mine.
We'll fix it. We'll get it done. That's fine. Anyways, the podcast comes out on Wednesdays at noon CST, and you can listen on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. I personally listen on Spotify, and if you ever decide to listen on Anchor, you can actually leave a little message that we can answer live or talk about live on the podcast and answer it. Anyways, I have been Shawnee095, and you can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Shawnee095.
All right, interjection. We're talking about next week. We have a
Are we?
recommendation.
No, we
or
already
anything?
did.
Castle
We already
of
did that.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was supposed to announce that. So next week, we shall be doing Lupin the Third, the Castle of Cagliostro.
Sounds great.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited. That sounds good.
You excited?
Hell yeah.
If you guys can't find it, I can, host it for us. Have like a watch night or two.
Sounds good.
If we want to, just let me know like a day this week that would work for you, and we'll watch it.
All right, sounds good. Well, go ahead and continue the outros, please.
I'm DanbyyTV. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at DanbyyTV.
I'm Psychometryyy with 3 Ys. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter under the same handle.
My name is SashasStreams. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at SashasStreams.
I'm Zombie_Jai. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, under the same handle.
And once again, tomorrow's trash day, so I'm gonna have to throw this shit out with the garbage. See y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Keep watching anime titties.